Alright, hey guys, remember it was CCG back in the video. This video may be going over the new Snake Eye support. So there's a spell known as the Tainted Treasure of Snake Eye. Looks like the Diabella Star archetype is going to be focused on trying to actually find that, and I guess the Snake Eye monsters are going to be the ones that represent that spell or something like that. Either way, it's a new archetype. If you guys know what the lore reason is for these cards, please let me know in the comments down below. But let's get started here. So we have Snake Eye Exile. It's a level 1 pyro effect monster. And if this card is normal or special summon, you can add one level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand. So pretty good, being able to search out any fire monster level 1. That's potentially really powerful here. You can send this card and one other face-up card you control to the grave, special summon one Snake Eye monster from your hand or deck except this card. So that can be pretty powerful as well, just being able to get anything out. It depends what the actual targets are for the deck. This being a pyro deck means that with the new bonfire card, that's pretty much a roto for the deck. For pyros, that's going to be pretty powerful just sitting here. And here we have Snake Eye Orc. It's a level 1 fire pyro effect monster. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target one of your level 1 fire monster that is banished or in your grave, either add it to your hand or special summon it out. So a pretty good way to just extend. It seems like a pretty powerful card in that respect. You can send this card and one other card you control to the grave, and if you do, special summon one Snake Eye monster from your hand or deck. So again, same thing as the other Snake Eye monsters. Being able to use this in order to discard something, get Snake Eye Orc, bring it back out. Seems like it'd be pretty decent here. Here we have Snake Eye White Birch. It's going to be a level 1 fire pyro effect monster. If you control a fire monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, so that's good. Just a quick way to get this out. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can send this card and one other face-up card you control to the grave. Special summon one Snake Eye monster from your hand or deck. So again, looks like that's going to be your way of just getting these Snake Eye monsters out, just by sending this card and then something else. And looks like here's going to be the actual boss monster for the deck. Looks like this is Snake Eye's Flamberge Dragon. It's a level 8 fire dragon effect monster, 3000 attack, 2500 defense. You can target one monster in your grave or face up on the field, place it face up in its owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. So that's going to be a decent way of removal, really, just because your opponent's not going to be able to do anything about that. The only thing about it's going to be that it's a target, so that's going to suck. But yeah, this is like a fun way of just removing a card. During your opponent's turn, you can target one monster card on the field, treat it as a continuous spell, special summon it to your field. Okay, that's, again, this looks like a pretty fun way of just taking a card on the field. It just says target any monster card on the field, and you get to treat it as a continuous spell. And if you do, you can special summon it onto your field. So being able to steal your opponent's monsters here looks like pretty fun and powerful. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can special summon 2 level 1 fire monsters from your grave. So being able to do that, get them out. From here, you can see their effects. We know that at least with Snake Eye Orc, it's going to be able to extend as you're able to target one level 1 fire monster that is banished or in the grave and either add it to your hand. And of course, we have the Bonfire card as a spell card that lets you search these cards out. So that's going to be pretty nice here. And here we have the Shrine of Serpentine Sight, which is Snake Eye. And it's a field spell, so when this card resolves, you can place one Snake Eye monster from your hand, or deck, or graveyard face up in its owner's spell trap as a continuous spell. So being able to use this card, again, it looks like the theme of the deck is just removing your opponent's monsters while also clogging up their spell and trap zone. I'm curious what this is going to do. It looks pretty fun just being able to hurt your opponent in that way. Level 1 fire monsters you control gain 1100 attack, which is pretty decent. Let's see. This one's just going to be 1100, so it's not going to be doing too much. So that's why it has a 2100 defense, where we can get this one to 2000. So that could be a decent attack here, and 1800. So it looks like these are going to be the main focus of the deck. They're just these level 1s in order to set things up, in order to get this guy out. And once per turn, if your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you can target one monster card on the field, treat it as a continuous spell, special summon it to your field. So again, it's just like the boss monster, being able to take one of your opponent's cards, but this time it's if your opponent normal or special summons a monster. So again, being able to do this looks like it's gonna be pretty fun, pretty annoying for your opponent to deal with here. And then we have the original Tainted Treasure, Snake Eye. You can only activate one of the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn, and only once that turn, so you can only activate one of these effects. You can send one other face-up card you control to the graveyard and special summon one level 1 fire monster from your hand or deck. So the nice thing about this card is that you're basically taking things away from your opponent either through the field spell or through the boss monster, and then from there you could remove it. So it seems like an indirect form of removal, and pretty strong really, just because it's going to be a continuous spell. So it's going to be very difficult for your opponent to break out of that, and just being able to use that in order to activate your fire monster's effects is pretty nice. And you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one Snake Eye or Diabella Star monster in your grave, add one level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand, then place the targeted monster on the bottom of the deck. So you can see this is how it's rounding back to the Diabella Star archetype. And being able to do this here, yeah, I guess I'm curious how the archetypes are going to work together. It seems like they're different enough where you aren't going to completely like mix them, but I think it has the possibility to do so. It might just be like the branded archetypes from the lore. I'm not sure if there's a lore related to this, and that's why it's all connected like that, and I'm just not aware of it. Again, let me know if you guys do know. And here we have the Glaring Ruler Snake Eyes, so again, pretty scary what they're going up against here. It's a normal trap card. If the total levels of all Snake Eye monsters you control equal 2 or more, you can activate one of its effects. You can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard or face-up field. Place it face-up in its spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. So again, another form of removal, just makes it very difficult for your opponent as well. It's basically like called by the grave. And clogging up your opponent's spell and trap zone, that's going to be really annoying. I'm curious how people are going to play through that. Target one monster card on the field, treat it as a continuous spell, special summon it to your field. So again, being able to use that, just make your opponent's cards into continuous spells and then taking them seems pretty annoying and pretty consistent enough where you're definitely going to be able to clog your opponent's spell and trap zone here. But let me know what you guys think about this archetype, and let me know just what you guys think about it with overall this whole focus on Snake Eye. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're really close to 1,000 subs, guys, so if you guys can sub, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.